Records at the traffic department shows that a total of 1,447 accidents were reported for the year 2012, which includes 3 road fatalities. 2,946 accidents were reported for the year 2022, which includes 8 road fatalities. This is a significant increase of 104%. This is alarming.
Special good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, PD, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Those of you who are just joining us for the first time, well, welcome to the program. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada. Yep. All is good, I hope. Circumstances are what they are, but at the end of the day, it's all part of the master's plan. Sometimes we don't like it. We don't like the situation. We don't like the circumstances that we are in. But it's all part of the process, yeah? Yeah, it's all part of the process. Yesterday I was talking to you about time, the importance of time, the significance of time. And time is everything. Always remember that. So don't waste it. Good morning. It's a pleasure, joy, a privilege to be with you once again. Yeah, I think you look forward to this as much as I do. Hope you had yourselves a great night and that you're up and ready facing the challenges of this brand new day. All our early morning risers, good morning. It's not so early anymore. Yeah. Yulin Alexander says, good morning, Gordon. Good morning to everyone. Blessings to you on this wonderful Friday. Have a great weekend and stay safe, everyone. Yolanda Swan, good morning. Blessings to you, Mr. Joseph. How are you? Good morning to everyone on this program. Happy Friday to all. Good morning, Yolanda and Bevin and everybody up in Upper St. John. Sharon Bartholomew says, good morning, everyone, all the way from cold and dark Northern Virginia, where the temperature is -4. Happy Friday, all. -4. That's a math problem. Wendy Williams, good morning, Mr. Joseph from Carriacou. Wendy, good morning. How are you? I hope you're doing fine. How's Carriacou this morning? Tell the Honorable Tevin Andrews I say hi, right? Yeah. And if you happen to see Senator Nolan Cox, give him my blessings. Also, George Prime. Good morning, Council Prime. Dr. Francis Alexis, good morning to you and the entire household. Yeah. It's 24 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning to all the bus drivers of the nation. HAV38, good morning. Roger, how you doing, bro? HD390, good morning. What up, what's up? Jennifer Lawrence says, good morning, innocent viewers, listeners. Have a blessed Friday. H4842, good morning, Papi. How you doing? HAL681, good morning. All plying the St. David's route. It's Friday, the first Friday in the month of January in the year 2024. There's something brewing. As a matter of fact, let me give you early notice. That's what the buzz is going to be about this morning. That back and forth, not so much of a back and forth because I haven't heard a response from the government as yet, but that apparent mishap that created some displeasure with MWAG as to the government not inviting the media to the swearing in of new ministers. Margaret Alexander says, good morning, Mr. Joseph. Happy New Year. Calling from Tatola. Hi, how are you? Catherine Phillips says, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, innocent everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Gordon, I love to see your decoration in your studio. It looks very beautiful. So says Yulin. Well, we've got a very, very beautiful interior decorator, and she does it just like herself. Beautiful. Morning, Miss Decorator. Monica Miros Williams. Good morning, Mr. Joseph. How do you do? I'm good. I'm alive. I'm thankful for that. The other things will fall in place with due course and repercussions. Yeah, to those who violate, you know what I'm saying? Kyron Coppin, good morning, GB, and happy day to my friend from Trinidad. Okay, all right, good. All right, let's see what's happening with the program now. The word of the day today, it is a noun, it is a naming word, and that word is accolade. Accolade. All right, it is spelled A-C-C-O-L-A-D-E, accolade. And accolade refers to an award or expression of praise. It is often used in the plural form. All right, so remember that. Write it down, learn to spell it, learn to pronounce it, learn to use it. All right, accolade, the word of the day today. A-C-C-O-L-A-D-E refers to an award or expression of praise. It is often used in the plural form. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. The movie's special effects have drawn accolades from both fans and critics. Yeah, The Equalizer 3 with Denzel Washington. What a movie, man. Yeah. Nice. Good morning to Debbie and Dixie and out there in that's Bacolet, right? Yeah, how you doing, Papi? All is well? Nice. It's 20 minutes on to 7. The folks inside of Cafe and surrounding areas, Miss Holmes and family, Nadisha and family, Louie and family, Croshu, good morning. Mr. McQueen, the Joneses, good morning. Dwayne, morning to you, Papi. Yeah, Doggy and the folks inside of Pomrose, good morning to the folks inside of Mount Agnes. Red Bull, good morning. Esther and her son, good morning. And all the wonderful folks up there. All right, so the thought of the day today is you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. You're never too old. Every day is a new beginning. So buzzing this morning, quickly, what's buzzing? All right, an inspection season. As inspection season is upon us, we are reminded of the new decal that came into effect last year. According to officials at the RGPF Traffic Department, this new system was incredibly successful. Good morning, ASP. What's his name again? Okay. Let me not test the brain this morning. I'm a bit flustered this morning. Yeah, a bit disappointed with certain things and certain people, but that's okay. The Grenada Postal Corporation Board of Directors and the Public Workers Union have sat down in an effort to find a solution to issues faced by workers, which include issuing contracts to workers with unfavorable terms. Brian Grimes, good morning. You've got your task cut out for you, boy. Mr. Randall Robinson, good morning to you. You're two partners of mine. They say when two elephants fight, it's the grass that gets damaged. So I ain't getting myself involved. They're both my paddocks. Yeah. It's 18 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Folks, I need to remind you that the hunting season is closed, and I'm talking especially for the manikou, the tattoo, the ramier, the iguana, and the monkey. All right, the season was closed on the 31st of December, so if you are caught hunting for these creatures, you will be prosecuted and charged, okay? So please be mindful of that. So like I said this morning, you can, maybe do your research so that, I really wish that our conversations would, get a little more in-depth and more thought-provoking and more meaningful. Let your contribution be something that can educate and edify, so not just because you have the opportunity to call into a radio station and the world can hear your voice. Well, if the world is going to hear your voice, let it be positively, be an influence, be an instrument of change with that opportunity, not because you can do it and everybody has access to a phone nowadays. You understand? So do a little investigation, and tell me what are your thoughts. Like I said, MWAG, they're very annoyed about it, not being invited to the swearing in of the new ministers to the various portfolio. So they have a problem with that, and so it's in the news and everything. What are your thoughts on that? Some are saying it's the first time in modern history that was done. I also saw another side to it saying that usually it's the GIS that gets invited and the feed is sent to other media outlets. So I want to hear your take. Grenada is a very touchy and partisan kind of thing. So those on one side would say that never happened when we were there. Those on the other side saying, well, we in charge now. You know what I'm saying? Grenada, never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. I want to say good morning to my good friend Mr. Christopher Chris de Riggs, and also to Francis Urias Peters and family. Good morning, sirs. The folks at the National Museum, good morning. Yep. Right, so folks, we're heading to that break where we've got to do the news. Jillian McIntyre says, good morning, Mr. Joseph. Good morning, Jillian. Sylvina Charles says, good morning, Innocent. Beautiful office today. Of course. It can't be done like that anywhere else. That's how it's done. You know what I'm saying? So don't expect it to be, come on, no mediocrity here. Here is top of the top. You know what I'm saying? Once again, kudos to our decorator, our internal decorator. The entire management and staff of the GBN, man, good morning to you. Arthur Langine says, good Friday morning, my brother from Brooklyn, New York. We are hoping to get our first snowstorm this weekend. All the best on that. Good morning to all my families up in Mama Can. So says Monica Mayrose Williams. Saying good morning to Erlin, all the way in the US of A. Good morning, Erlin. How are you doing? Good. Hope all is well, my brother. That's a very good advice to your men callers. Yeah, let's make it meaningful. You've gotten an opportunity to, to share ideas and to discuss. Let the discussion be in depth and meaningful. Not just mouth open and the words flow because you can talk. All right, let's make the conversation a bit more meaningful. Good morning, Grenada. Happy New Year. Sending some love from Toronto. All right, good morning to you too. All right, good morning, Mr. Joseph. I write about the numerous complaints that have arisen regarding the widespread dysfunction of ATM machines across the country, prompting calls for improved services from the banks and credit unions. Users express frustration over frequent malfunctions which hinder their access to essential financial services. The prevailing sentiment and underscores the urgent need for financial institutions to address and rectify these issues, ensuring a smoother and more reliable experience for customers relying on ATMs for their daily transactions. I couldn't agree with you more. All right, the financial institutions, they're trying to move away from, person-to-person interaction. You're going, online banking and so forth. So you have to ensure that your systems are efficient. All right, folks, we've got to take that break. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather forthcoming. We look forward to that. Those of you who are on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. Stick and stay with us. We're with you anywhere and everywhere.
I am VIP. I am vaccinated. I am immunized. I am protected. Our children and nation depend on vaccination for immunization. Childhood vaccination is national priority. It is their protection from disease and sicknesses. Let's all be VIPs and safeguard our beautiful Grenada. I am DJ Blackstorm and I am a VIP health champion. Be a VIP like me.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs. Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Thanks for joining us. Government ministers' appointments on Thursday were shrouded in secrecy, with new portfolios to be revealed on Friday. Nisha Paul reports.
In a discreet ceremony held at the residence of Governor General Dame Cecile Grenada, government ministers impacted by the cabinet reshuffle received their instruments of appointment earlier today. However, we will have to wait until a press conference planned for Friday to get details about the new ministerial portfolios, as the information has not been forthcoming from the Government Information Service, GIS, which was the only media entity allowed to cover the highly anticipated event. When contacted by GBN News earlier today, Press Secretary Neela Etienne declined to disclose the information, redirecting our attention instead to Friday's press conference, which will take place almost 24 hours after the appointments were made. The hushed event, attended by only a selected few, has attracted negative attention from prominent journalists who have taken to social media to express their frustration. This development follows Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell's confirmation last week that a cabinet reshuffle was imminent. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Well, the Media Workers Association of Grenada issued a statement today condemning what it calls the exclusion of the press from the swearing-in ceremony of newly appointed cabinet ministers. Ministers received their instruments of appointment in a private ceremony on Thursday. Christina John has the rest of the details.
A statement issued by the Media Workers Association of Grenada, MWAG, reads, and I quote, "The government of Grenada has once again shown its total contempt for the local media and, by extension, the people of the country by completely barring reporters and photographers from the swearing-in of new cabinet ministers today, January 4th, 2024. The release further stated that it's the first time in the modern history of Grenada that a government has barred coverage by independent press of the swearing-in of members of the Cabinet of Ministers, treating it as if it was their private function. MWAG documented its surprise that the administration will not consent to speak to the press for a full 24 hours after formalizing the new Cabinet of Ministers. The release also referenced these will be held on a need-only basis comment made before government dismantled the weekly post-cabinet briefing, saying it viewed Thursday's barring of the media as a dangerous new law. The The Media Workers Association wrongly condemns this creeping contempt and wanton disrespect of the media by this current administration. The release reads, "Not just the media, but the people of Grenada deserve a full explanation as to the genesis of this decision, an appropriate apology, and a declared commitment not to seek to restrict access of the independent media nor stifle coverage of matters of clear public interest. We also call on the wider civil society to take note of this stunning development and to add their voices to the condemnation," the MWAG release concluded. Vice President of the Media Workers Association, Callistra Faria, added her voice to MWAG's release during an interview with the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Well, certainly it is a shocking development what has happened there. This is the first major reshuffle of this new administration, reorganizing of the cabinet. There's also the introduction of at least 2 new people. If the information that we've got through the grapevine is accurate, because we are yet to hear anything. It's been hours since the reshuffle was formalized with the Governor General, and we are yet to hear anything on it. And it's a major development. At least 1 new person, Delma Thomas, I have been able to confirm, is coming into the cabinet. And the process of the appointment, while that is the responsibility of the Governor General, and the process of it demands that every minister must take an oath, and it's also a public affair. So it's one of the positions they have taken is that, well, it's just a reassignment, and people don't have to be sworn in. But I'm sorry, that's not how it works here. How it works is that you must take an oath for this new assignment. And the government chose to leave the media out of this. And not only that, when media people attempted to cover it, they were informed by security police officers that, sorry, only GIS is allowed to come in to cover this. Public, the people's government making changes and saying that the media, which speaks to the public, not allowed. That is very concerning, and it is a continuation of a trend that we have seen. There are a number of areas of deep concern for us with this administration, the access to information and things like that. We believe that the government needs to be a bit more straightforward and above board in helping to preserve and to protect the freedom of the press. Media people, media managers, and individual media people need to decide what they are willing to accept, where in the sand, and when they are willing to draw the line, and make their determination and the decision on this. And it's really up to the media houses and the media managers to determine what they will do. If they're quite okay with the government saying, you're going to have to wait, and while we take our good, sweet time for 24 hours to get any official information from us on this, then if they're willing to accept that, then, it's all good.
All right. Callistra Faria, Vice President of the Media Workers Association of Grenada, talking there. Residents of Calise Hill are calling on the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority to remove the concrete bin as a means of solving a problem plaguing the community. Here's another Chrislina John report.
A garbage pile in a residential area in Calise St. George is creating discomfort. According to residents, it's over 7 days since the last garbage collection took place. Residents told our news team that the buildup of the refuse is deposited by people from other communities. The stench emanating from the pile of rubbish is disgusting. Villagers say they are tired of making calls to the collection company over the past days since the 2 collection days, Mondays and Thursdays, elapsed.
We haven't had collection this week. It's not always like this, right? I don't know what happened. We normally have collection on a Monday and a Thursday. They didn't pass on Monday, and today's Thursday, we put our garbage out hoping that they would pass. So I guess there are issues with the trucks and stuff like that, but this is disgusting. People need to put their garbage out on collection day, and the people who are coming from elsewhere and dumping their garbage, they need to stop.
But even if you look at the house, how close the house is close to the garbage bin, I believe they should be removed. One, you have a family and every morning you wake up, you have to get it sent.
That report by Christina John. Other news questions have surfaced about the Miss Plus Size Universe International Pageant. Most specifically about when the reigning queen will receive monetary prizes. Winnipeg Thomas tells us more.
Winner of Miss Plus Size Universe, Grenada's Samantha Harris, confirmed that she is yet to receive over 20,000 EC dollars in prize money from organizers of the pageant. Further, Miss Harris contends that so far, everything she was told about receiving her winnings is perceived to be a lie. On the day of the pageant, Harris said only trophies and crowns were received. The prize-giving ceremony has been postponed twice and has now been rescheduled for February 24th, 2024.
To myself, the Queen, the first runner-up, the second runner-up, that prize-giving ceremony would be held on the 30th of November. So, okay, we were shocked at first because we had no idea that we would not be receiving our prizes on the night of the show. So we said, okay, no problem. Here comes the 30th of November. Ms. Williams did not get in contact with us. So we decided to reach out to Ms. Williams. When we reached out to Ms. Williams said to us, oh, I had to contact you ladies. We have a change in the prize giving ceremony to December because she cannot get a venue to host the event.
Pageant director Pearl Williams, in a live interview on St. Vincent WFM Activated Morning program on January 3rd, stated that Miss Grenada Samantha Harris and the second runner-up and campaign queen, Miss Nigeria Kanat Bonat, wouldn't receive their prize money. Williams cited a contract breach by both contestants in publicly denouncing the show as a scam, which, according to her, violated the terms. She also asserted that Miss Harris failed to sign the winner's contract. In response to this, the Plus Size Universe winner said she was advised by her manager and legal advisor not to sign the document after noticing some discrepancies.
There is a whole lot of stuff that was in the contract that was not true. So when we bring it to Miss Williams' attention, Miss Williams said to me that me and my team should fix it and send it back to her. Me and my team cannot fix the contract. It's Miss Williams' show. It's Miss Williams' contract. So I have not signed the contract. So with me signing the contract saying that means I'm lying. So we decide I'm not going to sign the contract.
The initial document sent to contestants outlined the potential prizes for the 2023 pageant, stated that the winner will receive an educational scholarship valued at 175,000 EC, 20,000 EC dollars in cash, and 2,500 EC in fashion gifts and prizes. Additionally, the document mentioned that the People's Choice Queen, a title also captured by Ms. Harris, will be awarded 10,000 EC dollars. Each contestant was required to pay $2,000 in registration fee, which Ms. Harris showed proof that she paid in full. She said, after going all out to represent her country, it is unfair not to receive her winnings. She plans to take legal action.
Williams, the things that she's saying, the things that she's posting, the things that she's telling us, it's not true. For now, we have no idea what would be happening with Miss Williams, but for us, we will be taking legal action.
The pageant promoter during the live interview said a prize-giving ceremony and cocktail will be held on February 24th, 2024 at the Grenadines House Hotel. However, following the live broadcast, Grenadines House Hotel distanced itself from Williams and the event through a statement on its social media page, refuting any affiliation. GBN reached out to Ms. Williams for a comment on the matter, but she refused. Rena Thomas, GBN News.
At the end of January, workers who used to receive a monthly salary of under $1,200 are in for a pleasant change as the new minimum wage took effect on January 1. The new minimum wage order sees an increase in wages in all sectors by as much as 100% in some instances. Minister for Labor and Legal Affairs, Carter Joseph, in the previous media conference, pointed out the salary adjustments in some sectors.
And cleaners. So we have $100 a day for mechanics, $85 a day for cutters, machine operators $70 a day, and cleaners $60 a day. So these are store assistants, administrative clerks, cashiers, receptionists, and so minimum wage $1,200 a month. So also security guards. Currently, it's $8 per hour. It's going to be up to $9.25. Domestic workers, currently it's $35 a day. It's going to go up to $60 a day.
Employers will be required to post the new minimum wage order in a general area for all employees to see, while employees are expected to get acquainted with the document once implemented. The minister also stated that a committee will be set up to ensure that all requirements are followed.
The law requires that employers post on their premises in a conspicuous spot the minimum wages for the particular sector. And so we will, at the Ministry of Labor, be enhancing our inspectorate arm of the work. So we will make sure, we will seek to ensure that employers comply in all respects with the minimum wages order. And we also encourage workers to know your right, know what your minimum wages in your particular sector, so that if you are paid beneath the minimum wage, you can promptly report same to the Ministry of Labor.
As Grenada continues to stage activities in celebration of its 50th anniversary of independence, the organizing committee, along with stakeholders, hosted a Unity CARICOM roundtable panel on Wednesday. Rena Thomas reports.
5 panelists participated as the Grenada Organizing Committee hosted its Unveiling Unity CARICOM round-table panel discussion on Wednesday, one of many activities commemorating the island's 50th independence anniversary. The panelists discussed the contributions made by Grenadians, including the late T.A. Marichaud, to the development of CARICOM. The event, held at the island's Lone College, which is named after T.A. Marichaud, was attended by secondary school students from across the island. Wendy Crawford, head of the organizing committee, said the involvement of the Caribbean community CARICOM in the island's 50th anniversary of independence is only fitting, as Grenada's role in regional integration cannot be understated.
But definitely, we have always played a major part in regional integration, and we think it is important that we understand the journey that we have traveled from the early integration movement to the establishment of CARICOM. We are hoping that this session is the beginning of a series of engagement that we will have as we contemplate the establishment of a symbolic establishment for the existence of CARICOM.
Minister for Foreign Affairs Joseph Andel, in his remarks, spoke of the importance of keeping Caribbean unity alive.
We are small dots on the world map, but we punch, as a famous politician to the north said, bigly. And it is incumbent upon us to keep the flames of Caribbean unity alive. Not only to honor the memories of those who have gone before us and have paved the way, but for the young ones for whom we ought to be shining examples.
Principal of the T.A. Marisho Community College, John Telesford, said his institution is honored to host such an event.
We look forward with great anticipation to their sharing on the profound significance of CARICOM from Grenada's unique perspective. In fact, the man, T.A. Marisho, after whom our college is named, is also commemorated here today for his visionary efforts in laying the foundation for CARICOM. We are sure that academic institutions, and especially our locally grown one, which was born post-independence, has a lot to offer on this independence debate and journey.
Rena Thomas, GBN News.
Meanwhile, educator Dr. Wendy Grenade is advocating for a historical approach to Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence celebrations. Dr. Grenade explained that the call for deep reflection of Grenada's history is based on the fact that the fight for independence extends beyond the official declaration in 1974.
Grenada's independence journey really predated political independence on February 7th, 1974. Therefore, I think a long-range historical view, and this is what we've been hearing the other panelists bringing forth, a long-range historical view becomes very important for us to analyze and celebrate Grenada and CARICOM over the past 50 years. And there is a lot to celebrate as we think about this opportunity for what I like to call a great Grenadian and great Caribbean reset. It is an opportunity for celebration.
Dr. Grenade emphasized the importance of recognizing and celebrating the nation's victories continuously rather than solely on specific milestone occasions.
I think one of the shortcomings of us Grenadian and Caribbean people is that we do not sufficiently celebrate achievements along the way. But it is important to do so. For in celebrating, we discover and rediscover ourselves.
Additionally, Dr. Grenade explained how the plan to designate one of the roundabouts on the island as the Caribbean Community CARICOM roundabout can play a pivotal role in promoting regional integration and cooperation within the Caribbean community.
I want to commend the organizers for the renaming of the roundabout, because there is something in regional integration studies called cognitive regionalism. And what is cognitive regionalism? It is where you internalize what regional cooperation means in terms of the benefits that it can bring to people. So when a little child from St. Paul's is coming to the Anglican High School and passes and sees that roundabout with all the flags and says, "But mommy, what does this flag represent?" And the mom says, "You know, this is a flag for Antigua, and this is what it means."
All right, an update now on the Molyneux land slippage project. It's at the other end of this evening's GBN ISAW. Stay with us.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Continues on the Molyneux Road slippage project. Tonight's citizen journalist sent us updated footage of the site taken on Thursday. The Molyneux Land Slippage Restoration Project is part of the over $30 million Western Corridor projects. The Molyneux Road was closed in 2019 and was deemed unsafe for motorists and residents. We thank our citizen journalists for that submission. Send us your photos and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or all other social media platforms.
Grenada, as we celebrate 50 years of independence. I love my Grenada. Made in Grenada presents the celebration of 50 years of Calypso. Open me a little better night, honey. One stage. No, not so fast. One show. Grenada's best Calypsonians performing Grenada's greatest hits. Sunday, February 11th, 2024 at 6 p.m. sharp. Grenada National Stadium. More information coming soon.
When the DJ play with her hungry, she raise her hand and she tell me, Becky, no place sweeter than home.
I want to tell you something amazing.
I am Nexa. And when I say Nexa, I mean more than just another financial institution. We're a family. We're a community.
A community that listens and values your voice in every decision we make.
Big financial decisions can be daunting, but Nexa is a strong support system here to guide you every step of the way.
Nexa believes in empowerment, but you are never alone.
We're with you wherever your road leads.
Whether it's owning my first home, educating my kids, or starting a business, Nexa is where I am following my dreams.
And here's the exciting part. You can be part of this incredible journey too. Just join today.
I am Nexa,
and you can be too.
We're making it even better to be a Nexa member. Ask a friend who's already a member to refer you. Our members refer someone, and both of you can enjoy special rewards. It's a win-win. Call us at 440-1354. Visit us on our social media or our website for how to join.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Your new Grenlec bill is even easier to read and still has all the valuable information you need to track and manage your usage.
Hey Mom, okay, your friendly tech support is here. So you got the new Grenlec bill? Let's take a look. The new bill makes it even easier to see your bill total, the due date, and much more. And take a closer look. It actually is a lot easier to understand. Let me show you. You can still see exactly what the charges are for, but in a great new format, it even shows how the cost of generating and delivering the electricity to you is calculated using your actual usage. And Mom, let Lucy know she can check out Grenlec's new Understanding Your Bill video. Anyway, look who says hi, and see you soon.
Your new Grenlec bill, easier to understand and easier to track your usage.
Good morning and welcome. It's 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's time for the conversation this morning. And as I hinted to you earlier, we're looking at that situation that is brewing and developing with MWAG versus the government, if you want to use that phraseology. Yeah, they're a bit upset with the fact that they were barred from the swearing in of new ministers and just completed government cabinet reshuffle. All right, you heard it in the news, and there are different pockets of conversations being held. So I would like to hear from you. What's your take on that? Before I take the first caller, as someone says on WhatsApp, congratulations to the NDC government on the reopening of the fully renovated St. David's Catholic Secondary School. That's what is important. No more teachers and students sitting in a derelict building unsafe to their health and safety. Vision and foresight. MWAG, where are you the day? All right, we lost that caller. 435-2041. That's the number to call. And as I said, let's make sense, meaningful contributions, all right? And avoid the name calling and stuff like that. Good morning, caller. Good morning, welcome. Okay, caller. All right. 435-2041. Let's go back to the telephone line and say, good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent. A wonderful Friday to you and your listeners.
Thank you very much. Same to you.
Yeah, I was so happy this morning when I heard you say you want callers to share things that are deep and thought-provoking. I have something I want to share with you. I was sharing it on another radio station, but because of time limit, I just couldn't complete. But I plan to share it with you too.
Does it have to do with the topic that we're looking at this morning?
Not. What's the topic you're looking at?
We're looking at the situation with that sort of up and down with the government and MWAG as the media was barred from this. Mm-hmm.
But I could share a little on it, and if you'll permit me to share what I did plan to share, I think like I heard,
okay, I'll give you 1 minute to do that.
Yeah, it seemed that MWAG. What the government must have invited the GIS and probably asked them to share the link. I heard that from another quarters, so I don't know. So as I said, we still have to listen and find out. If there is always, someone said, three sides to the truth, yours, mine, and the truth. Three sides to the story, yours, mine, and the truth. So we have to still, and we shouldn't get too angry, and upset, and just be patient and let the truth evolve. The government should give account. They have to give account to the citizens who vote for them. So the responsibility on their shoulders to give the population an explanation.
Okay.
But would you want me to share what I...
30 seconds.
No, I won't be able to share it in 30 seconds. So.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we'll do it the next time then.
Yes, you have a blessing.
Have a good one. Bye-bye. 435-2041. That's the number to call. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Innocent.
Welcome to the program. How are you?
Oh, God, but I don't want to try to stay away from me. Something those pull me. I don't know if it's you. You have a power.
I am as my dad would say, I'm very powerful.
He looks so. Well, some people don't say don't go there or don't go back there. But Innocent, I'm a Grenadian. I ain't too bright, but I have a good memory to listen things. I remember things that take place between this media and them in Grenada here. I remember the past Prime Minister say to them, anything you all have to publish, all you have to come to me first before you publish it. They keep them out shut, they don't say nothing. At that time, the past government, they buy all the radio stations. They buy all the buses. The media sit down in this country and they never say nothing. They stay one side. When I sit down and I look at GBN news at times, people say they're running with NDC statement and then NNP statement.
Careful what you're saying there.
Yes, it's the truth. You could go back and watch it. So when I see all these things, I see the media was taking side and they was biased towards a group of people in this country. Today, Deacon Mitchell didn't tell them, come to me with a statement. Deacon Mitchell is the Prime Minister of this country, and he has the right to take control of the country. So I don't know what noise they're making now. Come, I think he does come back and hand you. So I agree with the Prime Minister today, 24 hours time, they're going to come in and get the report. I don't see nothing wrong with that. They don't shut them out. Have a good morning, darling.
You too. Be safe. All right. All right, folks, it's 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
During the election campaign, right, I heard an interview with the Prime Minister and Godfrey Augustine. He said he will walk in the footsteps of Morris Bishop. I call back and I tell him, Augustine, I say, Augustine, hear what the man say, he will walk in the footsteps of Morris Bishop. Knowing the kind of man Morris Bishop was, but if he walk in the footsteps of Morris Bishop, Kukushe Bagay.
What?
Yeah, Kwapo smoke with pipe.
Okay, Kukushe Bagay.
Bishop was a dictator, and if you know, he was a dictator. And if he decide to follow Morris Bishop's footsteps, therefore, hello?
I'm here with you.
Yeah, therefore, he will be performing the same dictatorship without a lot of people recognizing that. Like, you ready to go down that street.
Okay.
I wish him all the best, though.
Okay.
May God bless him.
Thank you very much, caller. Have a good one. 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. Someone says MWAG have to wait till the press conference today. GIS is the body responsible for breaking the news. They don't like it, don't go to the press conference. Congratulations to Mr. Kenny James, newly appointed principal of GBSS. Well deserved. Kudos to you, sir. Rose Forrester Breezen says, good morning, Innocent. Happy New Year. Thanks, and same to you, Rose. So everything in Grenada now is a problem. In the past 20 plus years, I see lots of things being swept under the rug. The government has done so much in a short space of time. Bring those to the fore. The behavior is just like the government thief their money or prize money and have to explain to them, all you behaving like little children. Okay. Remember the number you can call, it's 435-2041. Miss Glenda, Julian Alexander, and Monica Mayrose Williams, they say hello. Yep. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Well, it appears that the government uses the media when it's convenient to them and for exposure. Because I saw recently there was a picture of Deacon Mitchell delivering food hampers to people in St. David's. And I thought that to be very hypocritical, because he himself said he did not want the people who are receiving seed money to stand in line, and they must maintain their dignity. So because of that, he made it possible for them to have money deposited directly into bank accounts. But then the same people who are receiving hampers, he did not give them that privacy. He made sure he was photographed giving them food hampers and had it publicized for his own exposure. So we have to look at the use of media appropriately, not conveniently. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. Mildred says, Mr. Gordon, good morning. Happy productive weekend to you and the platform listeners and lovers. Bernadette Robinson, sending love to my Courtney family in Corinth in St. David. Michelle Kojo from Telescope in St. Andrew, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. I do hope that you enjoy and that you are blessed with long life, health, strength, prosperity, and all the goodies that come. 25 minutes after 5 o'clock. In your opinion, was the government right? Is it, right for them? Was it the right thing to do to, debar the independent media from the swearing in of the reshuffled cabinet ministers? Was it a right thing to do? Was it a wrong thing to do? Justify your decision. Here's your platform. Good morning.
Morning. How are you doing today?
Not bad at all. How are you?
Great. I make my comments with no disrespect to the Deacon Mitchell or to anybody, or to be no offensive. I just want to be objective, and people I ask, whoever responding must respond to what I say, not attack me, because there could be legal consequences. I listened to the statement because I think it was on MTV too, and you could see that the media was upset because they're claiming that that's the first time in the history of Grenada, that ever happened. But because to the best of my knowledge or my ability, every time there's a cabinet reshuffle or people have been sworn in, it's a regular thing. We know that all over the years, So I think the government was wrong. They should have called in the media for us to see the swearing, because after all, we have entrusted them with the job because we are paying them really. They're not doing us a favor. We have entrusted them to manage their affairs and run the affairs of this country and to make decisions on our behalf. So if there's a cabinet reshuffle, and I have no problem with that because it's a regular thing, the leader of the country has a right it's his prerogative to shuffle the cabinet, do as he pleases, because when people get elected into the office, they get elected as a representative to represent the people, not as a minister. So I have no problem with him shuffling the cabinet or moving people. But I think it's common courtesy. People would like to know, and it is a norm, that, where our ministers are going, because we need to know. That is part of what you call accountability. To account to us, let us see who are the different ministers, who are the different people we are paying, because when I say that we pay their salary, all it does get vexed. Yes, people, we the taxpayers are paying these people from, we are paying their salary. They come to us for a job, They're not doing us a favor. We are paying them. So all we are saying that we would like to know what's happening. We want to see it. So I think the government, they lapse there, because the norm is that we want to see these things, and we should be able to see the swearing in, because these people, that's who have entrusted to run our affairs. We need to know. And I think I heard, I'm not sure, that Mark saying about some constitutional thing, or if they breach it. I don't know if the government, that's if I hear correctly, I don't know. Don't know the truth. I don't know if the government breached some constitutional agreement or arrangement. I don't know if there's something in the constitutions that talk about that, or I don't know. Probably they're referring to a free press that the government violates. But I think that was not very nice, because we need to know who are our representatives, who are our ministers, and what they're doing. So I think that was nice. So I call on the government next time around, please do better than that, because we need to know, because we are paying you. And let me say, category without any fair favor, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. And I think I had a slip of the tongue a little earlier. My ardent listeners pointed it out. I said after 5, it's after 7. It's now 29 minutes after 7 o'clock, not 5 o'clock. All right. Okay, someone says here, Innocent, in my opinion, I do not think the Prime Minister did anything wrong. GIS was there. All he did was ask them to wait until today, and I have no problem waiting till 10 o'clock today. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, and Happy New Year to you.
Thanks, and same to you.
I saw the minister had outlined the different changes of category in salary, right? But I saw she did nothing to those that are on pension from NS, because NS increased the age of years whereby you could get your gratuity or whatever word.
Okay.
But nothing has came from that to those that are presently on pensions, whether they should get an increase in the present pension from them or not. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Although that's not the conversation, but you know. Folks, it's 30 minutes after 7 o'clock. We take our commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
So it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Men, unfortunately, are just delinquent in looking after their health. Our health, our good health is our responsibility, not your wives or your doctors or anybody else. The wives will support you, but the buck stops with you. It's your life.
I encourage all our men, wherever you are in the Caribbean, to start getting your screening done, and hopefully the life you save might be your own.
Join us on Caribbean Medical TV right here on this station.
No, that's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
can't wait to see my granddaughter.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. Let's head straight to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Mr. Innocent, good morning, and how are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
I'm good. You get your firing from Petlin?
Not yet, no. Petlin, I ain't bothering with Petlin again, man.
And Auntie Joan, go up for your firing, man.
Yes.
I get.
Okay. All right. You could have bring down mine.
No, it was too heavy. Mr. Innocent.
Yes, talk to me now.
Who don't know or who don't understand, I would like to tell them there's a new sheriff in town and they will do what they have to do. Too bad, who vex. They have to live with it. There's a new sheriff in town. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you very much for all your bacchanalias. Wow. Okay, let me read one of the comments from one of my contributors via the WhatsApp platform. It says, "Good morning, Innocent. Good morning to your many followers. I'm wondering if there is a real issue with the media workers' concern. It seems to me that everyone is holding this administration to a much higher standard than anyone is held. I've followed politics and government since I was 15 years old, and I've never known swearing-in ceremonies at the Governor General's office to be a public event. It happened with the past administration, and it's happening now. If they want the media to be present, they will have to use a more public venue, such as the stadium or the Trade Center. What does the media want? News or sensation? Remember, it's not Deacon that is swearing in the ministers, it's the Governor General." Okay, let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Innocent.
Morning, welcome to the program.
Yes. Innocent, all of a sudden, I think we just start majoring in just minors now. Majoring in minors. Years ago, when the media had to do their work and give us answers, we couldn't get answers because they were afraid to ask questions. We were left with a lot of unanswered questions. I don't see why they can't wait a day. Could you imagine if you have a packed schedule to swear in ministers or give new appointments and you feel you can have a media session following it or so, that's okay. You say, let's do that next day. So they will have maybe 2 hours or whatever where they could ask all their questions. What is the big issue? So we have to demonize the government because they say, wait, come on, man, where are we going with this thing?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much, caller. Have a good one. Someone wrote here, "Dear media workers, I write to you as a former head of the Government Information Service to let you know that during my tenure with the GIS for 16 plus years and spanning more than one government swearing in of ministers, it was never a media event." Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, sir. I don't know what this is big hullabaloo about at the beginning of the new year. God has blessed us so much in this country. We have so much to be grateful and thankful for. I don't understand what is this big hullabaloo about. Let all of us wait for it today. It's as simple as that. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Mr. Gordon, don't the government invite the press to a briefing today? So what the big fuss about? They don't have to be there to see a minister signing a book. So many, difference in opinions here. I'm gonna reserve my comment for next time. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. How are you doing this morning?
I am doing fine. How about you?
Hi there. Well, I'm not calling to talk about whether the press should be there or not, but I am calling in relation to one of the stories from your newscast last evening.
Okay.
That of the Miss Plus Size and the drama surrounding that. You know, when I call from time to time, there are people, even in some of the comment sections, that, you know, talking about, oh, it's always a scam and what and what and what. But we see it happening. We've seen it happen here. There are persons who have signed up for universities, to attend universities that do not exist. There are people who have left our stores for jobs based on, you know, different information they sent out and so that do not exist.
Well, let me tell you this. A couple years back, I got myself involved in recruiting people to go to a cruise ship, Carnival Cruise Lines, and got myself in the middle of a big controversy and scandal. And when we do investigate the address that I was sending the monies and applicants information to, it was just a mailbox in some dilapidated building in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, and we had one of that early last year here, where there was a data breach. Of course, I mean, I said my bit. The people who were supposed to do things about it, nothing wasn't done. It wasn't taken seriously. I guess some people now have to be on high alert for cases of identity theft. But in relation to that Miss Plus Size thing, I had taken a personal look into it because I had never heard of it before, and there were red flags there. I mean, it was not my place to say anything because, as I said, that was in my personal capacity, just simply wanting to see, well, what and who and the level of interest and so forth. And I think moving forward, we as a people, we need to ask, who are these people, right? Where are they located? What does the track record say? Is it reasonable? Some of the prices and so that they're offering. You know, I remember when I looked at it, one of the things that jumped out was the similarities between it and a scam that Jexy ran here a few years ago with a raffle where the prizes were outrageous. So much so that only a fool would have actually bought a ticket, but lots of tickets were bought, which brings me to the other thing, Mr. Joseph. Many people were scammed in that raffle thing, and they didn't come forward. They didn't say anything because there was a level of shame and so on. Some people left it up to God and what have you. Years later, he still ran several other scams. Clearly, God did not deal with him then. And you see the same thing happening. Many persons have taken part in that pageant before, have not received their prizes and so, but they said nothing up until, you know, last evening. I see quite a bit of things being posted and so forth. And I think this is where we as a people need to understand. We need to raise our awareness. We need to be suspicious before we accept. And that goes across the board. Finally, from the National CSOT, we were informed that somebody actually went to the stadium following a promotion because they expected to meet Barack Obama and his wife there. And that comes back to the deep fake that was used, which, as far as I'm concerned, is illegal impersonation as part of a promotion that GBN ran for that entity here. We're setting ourselves up for a lot of problems. And I think it is high time that we, at least those who know, speak out, and those who do not know, reach out so you can be empowered. There is no reason why people should be duped in this country, not when the former administration set up an entity to deal with that, and it doesn't cost you anything. But I think the melee is what people prefer, until they lose their money and they end up in a jam. You have a great day, man.
You too, and a good weekend to you, right?
All right, bro.
Good. Andrea Covenwell says, caller, you are spot on. The prizes, I think, was outrageous, and it did raise some red flags for me. Them journalists in Grenada are jokers. Okay. And come on, you know, I mean, tone your words down, man. It's 16 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Years ago, the government was in charge. Now it seems that the media is in charge. There are so many unanswered questions that were never answered. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Innocent.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah. Okay, the thing that you read from the former head of the government service, and you sent it. But the thing about it is, we need to ask the question, is there any breach here? in terms of how the government have proceeded in this exercise? And is there anything at stake in terms of people not getting information? Or is it about the timing? And as somebody says, the need for sensation. If you have the government saying that, though, we will come to you today to really deal with this issue, this change, is there anything wrong in that? And I mean, I think people, as somebody said earlier, we are majoring in minor. To me, there's so many things that have gone wrong in this place over the years. I began to consider the media as a press conference exercise, because the only press release, press release. Because there's so many stuff that needs investigation, and we have not come to the fore. We have to also remember that the former leader used to select people when they have major things to discuss, and certain people were debarred. So I think it should not the media association where they are in consciousness. Because I'm not saying that we have to endorse everything that the current government does. If they had gone ahead and said, okay, no news, like for instance, there was nothing today, I could understand the outrage. But you say, I mean, the ceremony, I've always said that we are ceremonial people, and maybe there's a fulfillment of that statement. Okay. It's a ceremony of inducting the person. And if you really examine it, we say sending modern history, even independence, from the independence time, when ministers were sworn in, was it really a media exercise, or was it made into a media exercise to the former administration? I think people tend to have short memory in this country. So we have to really focus on more important things, and of course hold the government and authority to account when they breach. This is not a breach for me. Okay. This is just a delay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. Back to the phone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Honestly speaking, I looking from a different perspective. I see absolutely nothing wrong with what the government did. I mean, if I'm running a business and I have senior personnel in the business and I have ordinary workers, I have to make a reshuffle in the business of certain decisions we have to make. And we decide to put different people into different places to run business. I don't see why I have to have brokers around to dictate what happens. I believe at the end of the day, the media, you must have somebody around later on to come on and say to the workers, this is what we do. This is what we decided, who we put to run whichever the aspect of the business. So I believe what government did, I can't see they did anything wrong. They did what they had to do, and they had the media, which is, when I say the media, they had GYS to take information of note of everything that was done, and then they bring it out to read the public. Now, if it was done and nothing, we had no information as to what was done, then I could understand the media themselves creating a problem. So my personal aspect is, I am not a politician, I'm a businessman. I see nothing wrong with what the government did. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. Samantha T. Charles says, good morning, Innocent. Happy New Year. First time listening. A great program. Thank you, Sam. All right. Alison Cox Asplan says, Grenada is a democratic country and everyone should have government information at the same time. This is why we have press release. But Grenada Press thinks that they should have all information first. Please go out to the big world, see how it works. Let's take our final caller before we take our final commercial break. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, and you know what, Innocent? As much as you and I go down, I hope this does not not become a year, 2024, where I just keep calling about various things.
Well, I like to hear your voice, you know that?
Well, anyway, thank you so very much. My main point is, all right, I think one statement is being overlooked, and that is what could happen in the future, you know?
Okay.
This one gets away. What could it lead to on another occasion, if you get me? All right? It could get worse and worse with the media being left out of more and more. Maybe I'm being a bit melodramatic or what? But you never know. And I think that was one of the concerns expressed, and I agreed with, you know, us being left out. This business too about not having to have this former caller, all due respect to him, a very good morning to you, sir, and everything, but that was one of the big problems in my former workplace. And of course, you and I know where I'm talking about. I'm not calling the name, all right?
Okay.
You know for yourself, innocent, we were left out of a lot, we workers. I'm not saying that we should have been made a part of the decision making, if you get me, you know? But when you leave workers out, you as a manager, you as an employer, you as a boss could actually rob yourself of some very good ideas by leaving junior staffers out. Some junior staffers have very good ideas as to better ways in going forward, if you get me. So this leaving out, you know. One other thing about it, communicate. Media is about communication. So communicate with the media a very specific reason why it is that they are being left out.
Okay.
Those are my points. I don't know who wants to nail me to the wall for making them, but I've made them.
I think what they'll have to do in that case is take you down from the wall because you're already nailed to the wall, right?
Well, kind of thing, I suppose.
Ton, thanks for your contribution.
Excellent day.
All right, good man. Have a good one yourself.
Okay.
Folks, it's 8 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take our final commercial break in the program, then we come back with a wrap. Don't you go anywhere.
Mention the wing high, then you have things like man, you must come back, you know. We have the low power there.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, call me, and ask for a piece of cake. I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K105 FM, GBN's Facebook page, and YouTube channel for We Culture.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one.
News at 7, live, Monday to Friday, on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11, K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Who does man of the party? Tell them it's 4-7 trade. Shout it, let them know where we represent 4-7 trade. Who's the body's passing? 4-7 trade. Them no crazy like
5 minutes on to 8 o'clock, 5 minutes left on the program. That is not unusual that the GIS is invited to cover a story and the media houses take the feed from GIS. Certain news broadcasters or reporters are so disrespectful to the Honorable Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell and NDC. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, my innocent son.
How are you?
Good enough. I hope we don't clash this morning. Recently, I don't know if you should say last night or yesterday's evening, but it's around 7 o'clock. A media house stated that, or they claimed that the government has appointed new cabinet ministers. I wonder if that is true, or if the word appoint or whatever is a good word to use, or is it the word reshuffle is a better word? Now, choosing words in anything, even me, in reporting or claiming certain things, I have to be very careful as to what I say. So I would like to ask you, and others like you, is the report accurate? Did they reshuffle, or did they make new members in cabinet? Because I don't think all you'll have cabinet is people that have been appointed by the people, then you'll have cabinet. So I don't know if they reshuffle or if they appoint.
Okay.
Help me in that line.
All right.
With the choice of words.
Okay.
I want to be educated.
All right. Keep listening, you'll be educated, all right? No problem. 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock, that's the time. We can accommodate maybe 2 callers again. And let's go back to the telephone right away. Good morning, caller. Good morning. Okay, don't waste the people's time. Time is important. All right, back to the telephone line. Let's do this. Good morning, caller.
Hey, yes, thank you very much, President. Good morning.
Welcome.
Well, the truth is, I really don't want to speak much about what is happening because I'm saying what I think is, we tend to blow things out of proportion from time to time. As soon as something happens and we get to hear, but I didn't really know exactly what happened to the point because I felt.
Okay, all right. All right, for your information, I didn't cut you. Maybe your credit ran out or something. All right, it's 2 minutes left. So wait until later on today when there's a news conference for your answers. I also want to say that when we elect people to serve, they don't necessarily have to consult us on everything. I agree with that. If you elect me to lead, you have to let me lead. There are times when I need, your input, but not everything that I need to do, I need to, as a leader. I always say that any good leader must have certain dictatorial traits. You must have little traits of a dictator because that's what you do, you lead. So not everything that you need to come and ask. If every time I need to make a decision when you elect me as a leader, I have to come to you and ask you what is the decision to make, then I'm not really leading, you leading. Grenada media not educating anyone, only drama they like. They're too biased and jokers. Miss Spice, watch your words, lady. All right, folks, this is where we put it down for today, and thank you very much for being a part of the program for the week thus far. And if the good Lord spare our lives, if I'm permitted to, if everything goes well, I will be with you on Monday morning as always. I look forward to that, and I want to urge you to have a great weekend. Be safe, all right, and be good. Don't raise your pressure. Stop majoring in minors. Bye-bye, folks. I love you.